Hello everyone, this is Dan with Arcade Funkade. Today we wanted to show you guys a Operation Wolf. We just made a video about it, this guy coming in, and what we wanted to do is kind of go over what's going on with these machines and what happens with these machines. This is a shooting machine, shooting game, and it requires a CRT screen and a optic gun. So it actually has optos inside this gun that are very sensitive. Here, let's see if I can see inside this guy. Yeah, there's a little opto inside this fella. So sometimes they get a little dirty. So if you're ever having problems with these guys and you're having any shooting game issues, whether be it Time Crisis and Time Crisis 1, 2, 3, Jurassic Parks, whatever, Operation Wolves, whatever there is, there's just tons and tons of games out there that rely off of the CRT monitor to be working and the game in conjunction. So they both have to work at the same time. They have a crazy relationship because if that guy's too dark or too bright, it just won't work. It won't read the light emitting from the screen into the lens. Sometimes you could cheat and turn on your camera lens on your camera phone and light up your light inside the gun as you're in a game and shoot the actual gun. And you can simulate a light flash, and it'll think that it's playing the game, and it thinks it's getting light from the TV. But that's the way to test your gun, your opto inside the gun. So we wanted to show you guys. The reason why I made this video is to kind of show you guys a little bit of if anybody's out there having issues with one of these guys or any of these Taito Operation Wolf 1, so original. There's all kinds of wild stuff going on with this guy. This guy here. We found that the board, you could actually pull a board out. That was pretty badass. Well, we found that this guy here, just in case you're wondering, this is the sound, there's a little sound terminal here. This is your gun terminal. And what's wicked is that somebody took this guy, the ground wires, from this guy. I guess there was another little terminal here. And they just twist tied it together. And we found that this guy, this top wire here, was loose. And we snapped that guy in. I believe that's also for the gun. It was probably for the trigger. And down below, this is the actual game. So if you ever come across, we came across two things. This guy here, we got a black screen that said error IO test. This guy, the coin, was actually plugged in the wrong hole. You could hear it. And it was plugged in from the get-go here. And it didn't click or anything because it was stuck in the wrong terminal. As you can see, this guy's on the top terminal and the lower terminal. This middle terminal is not supposed to be used. So it was supposed to be up top. That's why we got the error. So as soon as I found that, had to trace that back, imagine. That sucked. I unplugged this guy, and sure enough, the game actually just turned on. So that was really cool. Another thing to look at, we're talking about the monitor. The monitor, there's three things we got to clean when we get one of these machines in, and to make sure that the guns work, to work properly. Even if it's partially working, you want to clean the crap out of this monitor top while it's off. There's a lot of static in there. You can get shocked. You got to clean the inside background of this plastic, the front side, back side, and then the mirror up here. There's a mirror up here that shines. You can see the glass here. This thing shines up and through the glass, so it's relying on that mirror up there being super clean, so this will actually work. And the plexiglass to be really freaking clean, polished sometimes, to make it work. And this guy as well, so you can see that there's like little lines and stuff going. I can't see that with the naked eye, but the camera does. Now the other thing is there's a little adjustment down here. It's called on a flyback. There's going to be your let's see if we can turn this thing on here. Damn it, I can't. So there's a focus knob here and a brightness knob down below. So on the flyback, we're going to want to turn that. And what it does is it makes it brighter or darker. Sometimes if you brighten it up too much, you'll see these little white and blue or blue Rasta lines. You see them right there along the edge. You can see them in the top left there in the black. There it is. So yeah, sometimes it's a little too bright, but sometimes that's what it requires. Buck hunters, the turkey trophy hunters, all these games, all these arcades require the monitor to be kind of bright. I did run across some Jurassic Park 3s, the stand-up versions. Also, same idea, same problem, and it was just having the same issue. So I'm gonna try. Got a couple credits on this guy. I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna up this thing. It also has a weird sound on the volume. That little click, 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 click. So I can't really choose a location where I can start at. It just kind of starts it on its own. So I can shoot all day. I'm going to show you the mechanism inside this thing. Just pop this thing off. What we have to deal with. It's almost like a real gun, only it's a little crazier in there. Look at that thing. So it actually moves and shoots. There's a grenade button here in front. And it shoots the grenades. It just doesn't shoot where we need them to shoot. So this little IO opto board up here is usually the culprit. It's what usually goes out. And it connects to the front of this guy, and it just reads where it's supposed to be. So that's our trigger hit. So anyway, yeah, so that we got to clean up some of this grease, just grease everywhere. Sometimes it goes in places that's not supposed to, like the electronics. This little motor in the back is a little freaking older, so you may have to swap this guy out to give it a little bit of a faster shot. And the I/O board, you got to go through it, kind of figure out what's going on with these chips. So that's what's inside the machine. In case you got to look for an I/O board or opto board. Sorry, I keep calling it I/O. Opto board. And again, it's from Taito. Check it out, made in Japan. It's J9100095A. And there's another number over here on the edge, K9100122A. So those are going to be very, very important to look up this board in case you need it. And I usually like telling people to possibly change it out whenever they could. Again, these are 45-year-old machines. And actually not even, I think they're 38-year-old machines. 1987. December 1987 is what I just read. I don't know that off the top of my head. That would be crazy. But there's another number up here, IC3LM311. That could be another one. The little chips in there, you can actually change those out. LM311. That's the name of the actual these little terminals. Or sorry, these little capacitors. I'm sorry. What the hell are these things called? My God, transistors. So these guys, all these little guys actually have different numbers, so you'd have to find the right one. And these are really crazy. Some of these come up being a little different at times. Let's see if I can see that right. Yeah, LM311. And you look them up, 3180. You always look how to count the legs on these fellas, so you could actually swap these guys out. If you can't find the board, you could at least switch out the little chips. And also look at the little diodes in here. And on the bottom of the board as well, sometimes these guys crack, and all they got to do is just get resoldered. So that happens as well. Some of these terminal connectors get loose just from moving around. Sometimes they get pinched inside the bottom of the wiring underneath. So that's another thing to look into. There's a black wire that usually gets messed up here, but it gets messed up because of the yoke underneath this guy, inside this box. So sometimes you got to take the whole damn thing out to be able to trace that wire, to check them out. Sometimes you could do it from down here. Just throw a multimeter connection here, and then just start poking around up there to see what connects where. But what has a continuous line. So there's a lot of little details to these guys. A lot going on. You never know. Sometimes I've seen and heard, I read some freaking forums, and it's pretty frustrating when the guns don't work with the monitor, even though the monitor is working. Sometimes the monitor, as good as it is, doesn't work, even if it's all original. Sometimes you have to swap out the monitor with a different monitor, and it'll actually work. So it's like, what the heck? It really sucks that, sometimes it happens. But I have an extra, this guy's lucky as hell. I actually have an extra Operation Wolf in our warehouse. So we're going to be bringing that guy over and putting them side by side and just start swapping parts over to test out little things and to see what happens, even with the monitor itself. So we'll do a part 2, part 3, part 15, hopefully not. But if we have to, then we'll have to go that far. But we're definitely trying to get this thing going. It is we're super excited to see this thing going. We have one in our warehouse. It's been non-operational because we bought it working, and when we picked it up, we found out that the game board was missing. They took it out before we picked it up, so that was amazing. That was a great find. Anyway, if you tune in to check this out, see what our progression is. And right now what we're going to do is we're going to take out this board and kind of go through all these little chips and check for power and just check for continuity and all kinds of good stuff and get a little ohm radar out here. So anyway, yeah, if you guys have any questions, whatever, let me know. If you have any questions about terminals, connections, or anything like that, let me know while we're in here. I got to write some notes down because I will forget this stuff within a week. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know, and we'll definitely try to help out as much as we can. There is quite literally no information on this freaking machine at all, anywhere in the freaking internet. There's a couple forums here and there. not super helpful. I mean, it's better than nothing. But for game boards, we cannot find those damn game boards. And if they are, they're untested. And there's a reason for that. They're usually beat up and all that stuff. These damn guns are also very, very rare. So anyway, feel free to give us a call if you have any questions, 402-641-4042. Or if you guys are interested in any other arcades, we have a ton of stuff. Shooting games, old school classics. We have some pinballs, arcades. There's all kinds of stuff here. So, and if we don't have it, we can find it. So let us know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.